Also tonight, the shock of the death of a popular Mason City City Council member is settling in. 34-year-old Alex Kuhn died Friday. So far, law enforcement are not releasing more information than that. We've been speaking with family members who pass along these funeral arrangements. A visitation will be held Wednesday from 5 to 8 p.m. at Trinity Lutheran Church in Mason City. That's also where the funeral will be held on Thursday at 10 a.m. KIMT News 3's Stefante Randall shows us how some colleagues are remembering Alex. Katie, we here at KIMT trying to bring you the best convention coverage, not just from reporters in the building in Cleveland, but from people who are taking part as well. We're speaking with delegates from Iowa and Minnesota who were there. And today that meant getting an up-close perspective as a rules fight got underway. Some delegates, including many who do not support Trump as the nominee, wanted a chance to change the convention rules so they could vote their conscience. It was all settled through a voice vote, though many people wanted a roll call vote for transparency.
I think that the idea that
The delegates nearly forced a roll call vote when enough signed a petition demanding it, but then many removed their names from that petition. A lot of them said it was under pressure from the Trump campaign. But when the issue was all settled with the simple voice votes, some delegates did even leave the floor today in protest.
Out of the heat.
Good news. Brian, I want to keep the camera on you for a while to see how long you can hold your ballots there, but
I'm good.
We got to move on. All right. Thank you, Brian. The fair runs through Sunday. Mason City police are breathing easier after two guns that were taken from an unmarked car have now been found. The M16 rifle and 12-gauge shotgun were taken in June. Police tell us two people reported the weapons had been found on North Elm Drive. They are now in line to receive the $250 reward. Well, every 4 years, lesser-known political parties like the Libertarian Party, Green Party, or Constitution Party make a pitch to voters saying they have the answer to their dissatisfaction. And it appears this year, voters are listening. Here's your ticket.
Sure.
So here's your ticket. All you have to do is drop a ticket in one of the boxes. In our part of the country, folks are known for always being ready to talk politics. Just want you to choose one box. And on a warm day in mid-July, we found that is no stereotype. So we want to find out if people are happy with these two or if a third option would be a good idea. We wanted to see if the polls showing a growing interest in an alternative option this year could be reflected on the ground level. So we set up an informal and very unscientific straw poll of our own. So you're choosing anybody else, huh?
Anybody else but those
In an hour's time, around 24 people weighed in.
He's inappropriate and she's a crook.
That's coming up. First, though, this evening, the story of the day that you cannot ignore, even really inside.
No.
It's just hot and humid everywhere.
Yeah.
The White House released a presidential proclamation to fly flags around the country at half-staff. Is also extended until Friday. 2 police officers and a sheriff's deputy were killed. 3 others wounded in the shooting by a lone gunman Sunday in Baton Rouge. Well, we can't get through an entire newscast, it seems, these days without at least mentioning Pokemon.
Criminals have been caught. Pretty clever.
If there is one draw that will get people there,
It's that.
that's going to be it. That's all for Trending at 10 tonight. Stick with us. Sports is next. A new petition is requesting change at what's believed to be a dangerous intersection. How many are adding their signatures? Coming right up. First, though, tonight, firefighters in Mason City are concerned after a 1-year-old child was dropped off with them late last night.
It is hot out there.
To answer the question of the day, yes, it is hot enough for me anyway. For those working in factories, being in air conditioning is not a luxury to be had on a day like this. KIMT News 3's Emily Foster is getting a chance to see how they are dealing with the heat. The Prestige pork processing plant may no longer be planned for Mason City. That does not mean opponents are giving up the fight. Iowa Citizens for Community Improvement, a group that organized several protests against that plant, now says the protest will be held in Wright County tomorrow. It's going to be outside the courthouse in Clarion ahead of the Board of Supervisors meeting. As we have reported, Prestige has chosen Wright County as the location for its $200 million plus plant. In the same city where Alton Sterling was shot by police, Baton Rouge, 3 police officers are now dead today. Others are in the hospital, and police say it was all at the hands of a lone gunman. Don Champion has the very latest. He is being remembered as a loyal public servant. In 4 days, Mason City City Council member Alex Kuhn will be laid to rest. The stage is set now for Donald Trump to drop the title presumptive and officially become the Republican nominee for president. The party's national convention begins tomorrow in Cleveland, and security is tight around Quicken Loans Arena. Thousands of officers are in town to keep the peace. Protests are expected all week. Now, we're in touch with local delegates and are planning to hear from them all this week. We'll have several live reports from our national correspondents on the scene as well. And coming up tonight, a convention preview. That's in Eye on Politics at 10:35. Hey, Jim, we saw it on TV, and you could feel really the drama coming through as Cruz was getting booed. But what was it like? What was the significance as you're sitting there inside the event center when that was happening?